Good evening, sports fans, and welcome into the Finks Friday Night Blitz with the thanks to Finks Used Cars and Finks Harley Davidson. He's Kevon Belcher. I'm Dylan Kearns. Kevon, another great week of football. Some teams were 2-0, and they had to play each other this week.
Man, somebody's undefeated season came to a close tonight, and that battle was something epic as soon as I got to Morgan Stadium.
So how about we head out there? Let's get to the highlights.
Definitely out at Morgan Raiders Stadium, where the undefeated two teams hosted the Philo Electrics, with both teams coming in undefeated. Start off in the first quarter, first possession of the game, 1st and goal. Logan Niswonger throws a dime to Cole Searle in the end zone. Touchdown. Morgan Raiders go up 7-0. Now Raiders set the kickoff, and it's Seth Henning back to take the kickoff. And Dylan, this kid was electric with the ball in his hands tonight. From the 9-yard line, he takes it right up the middle, jumps over the defender, and turns on the Jets. Nobody would catch him, and he takes it 91 yards all the way back to the end zone. But Dylan, it was called back for illegal blocking. Drive skipped later on to the second quarter. It's the Philo defense stepping up and getting one of their 3 turnovers on the night, getting a forced fumble recovery. Drew Wright now move on later to the second quarter. Raiders driving, and it's a screen pass to Searle, and he takes it all the way inside the 10-yard line. A couple of plays later, though, Dylan, under 30 seconds to go in the half, Niswonger rolling right, and he throws a pick. Henning again, making a nice play. He jumps the route, shows off the playmaking ability once again, and this time he returns it all the way back, and it won't get called back for a recurring touchdown, and he gets 97 yards for a pick six, 7-6 ball game, and that will ignite the Electrics the rest of the way as Talon Preston would score 2 rushing touchdowns in the second half as Philo stays undefeated, defeats Morgan 34-14.
Get some revenge from last year. New Lexington and John Glenn, battle of 2 more 2-0 teams, 14-7 Muskies heading into the second half. It was a rough first half for quarterback Isaiah Stevens. The New Lex quarterback chucked 4 interceptions. The Panthers came out of the break, and the struggles continue. Muskies with a pick. But this game got really close in the fourth quarter. So how about we get to that fourth quarter? We get to the fourth. Stevens, again in the pocket. This time, play action, rolls out left, and he's directing traffic. He goes, "I want you." Points to the back of the end zone, drops in a dime to last week's player of the game, Bentley Hansen. The Panthers cut it to within 1. The all-important PAT awaits. Cameron Barnhouse comes around the edge and blocks the kick. 14-13 John Glenn. Quarterback Noah Winland puts the ball on the turf. The New Lexington Panthers have hope with less than 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. This game was crazy. Panthers fired up. 1 minute, 30 seconds left in the game. Stevens again drops back, throws in the direction of Hansen. It goes between his hands, but right there for Jarek Braglin. There's a flag on the play that puts him even closer. Final play of the game. Rolls out again, looking for a receiver. He sees Talon Schwendeman. The ball's thrown up, and it hits the turf. The Muskies hold on to a close one, 14-13. They improved to 3-0 on the year. New Lexington loses their first game of the season.
Now let's look at some MVL scores. Clinton Massey defeats Tri-Valley 24-14. Tuslaw defeats Riverview in a beatdown 40-6. Crooksville beats BERNE Union 47-14. This win marks the 500th win in program history for the Ceramics. Garway defeats West Muscatine 28-0. Tornadoes drop to 2-1 on the season, and Sheridan defeats Logan 41-10.
There are a couple MVL scores that weren't on there, but we'll have them for you. Still to come, more highlights of the MVL. Cambridge Bobcats and Meadowbrook Colts met up. We'll head out to Byesville. Plus, Zanesville Blue Devils look to find the win column against St. Clairsville. We'll have highlights and more scores when we return. Welcome back in, and thanks for sticking with us on the Finks Friday Night Blitz. With thanks to Finks Used Cars and Finks Harley Davidson. Yvonne, we have a new partner here that's with us, someone that you're familiar with here on set.
Man, listen, you guys, the city of Zanesville will now understand the pain that I went through almost my entire life as we welcome my little brother, Ty Belcher, to the Friday Night Blitz team. Ty, how was your second week of local high school football?
Thanks, guys. It was a great night for football. The weather was perfect, especially for 2 teams looking for their first win. We head out to Maysville, where the Panthers would look to get their first win of the season as they host the 0-2 Coshocton Redskins, who are also looking to get their first win in this early season matchup. And early on in the first quarter, Maysville would get the ball in the junior Wesley Armstead's hands on the end-around sweep as he would see nothing but real estate on the way in for the 20-yard touchdown to open up scoring, taking the 7-0 lead. And eager to steal the momentum back, Coshocton quarterback Cohen Conkey would get intercepted by Maysville senior Todd Saxton, returning the pick back within the Coshocton 10-yard line. And boy, oh boy, is Coach fired up after that interception. And what better way for the Panthers to get into the end zone but to line up in the Wildcat formation as Saxon finishes what he starts and takes a direct snap into the end zone, practically unscathed, taking a 2-possession lead. The first half scoring barrage wouldn't be over with Kason Hurdle getting the sweep and following the Cavalry into the end zone for his first touchdown of the night, giving the Panthers a 20-point lead. And guys, I promise you, I think Matthew Harper must have been watching the Johnny Manziel documentary because he turns into Johnny Football on this play, bouncing off tacklers and finding the end zone. And with a good play that good, you gotta flash the money sign, baby. Harper will also hit Caleb Monlux on the quick slant, and guys, bada bing, bada boom, off to the races. But almost celebrates too early, but holds on to it as the Panthers put an exclamation mark on the first half. Maysville would pounce on Coshocton in the first half to get their first win of the season, 48-13.
Thanks, Ty. Cambridge and Meadowbrook, neighboring towns battling out in Byesville. Opening kickoff, it's a short kick to Keaton Kaiser of the Bobcats. He gets the lane, shrugs off 2 defenders, and Kevon, college football's back. So why not some Gus Johnson with the feet don't fail me now? House call opens the scoring for Cambridge 7-0. It honestly felt like a home game for the Bobcats early in this one. The crowd was absolutely feeling it. Meadowbrook now on offense. The give goes to the outside, and look at this run. Gets a crease, fighting for extra yards. That gives the Colts a first down and sets them up inside the 10. Very next play, Meadowbrook quarterback Justice Huey, he runs the option, breaks a tackle, and he has eyes for pay dirt. Huey crosses the plane, makes it a 7-6 ball game. They did add the 2-point conversion to go up by 1. The very next Cambridge drive, Garrett Carpenter says, anything you can do, I can do better. He runs the outside, dives to the pylon, scores the touchdown. Great run by the quarterback. That made it 14-8, but it was Meadowbrook who started pouring it on in the second half. Plug your ears if you like defense. Meadowbrook wins 60-35 and have bragging rights for the Guernsey County.
All right, Dylan, we start off crazy in this Zanesville game. Opening kickoff, St. Clairsville, Caleb Waltz takes it back 96 yards, Dylan. Opening touch of the game, I can't even explain it any better than that. Looking like Ted Ginn Jr. at Ohio State gets a 7-0 lead, and it wasn't a good start for Zanesville. First play of the game for Zanesville from scrimmage, Drew Doyle is picked off by Gavin Schoolcraft, and he returns this one for a touchdown. St. Clairsville is off to a great start, 14-0. Red Devils' first possession of the game on offense, and it's an end-around TD pass by Gage Wolf to a wide-open Tyson Pastor. That is in the end zone. St. Clairsville takes a commanding first quarter lead, 21-0. St. Clairsville's next possession has Dino Burke crossing the end zone from 12 yards out, 28-0. First play of the second quarter now is a screen pass by Brady Shafter to Cole Thurman, who takes it 59 yards for the score, 35-0. St. Clairsville would dominate over Zanesville.
2 straight shutouts against Zanesville now. Speaking of shutouts, Columbus Academy beat Newark Catholic 4-0. Newark Catholic now 0-3 on the year. You remember last year, a Final Four team.
Man.
Granville beat Johnstown Monroe 31-0. It was Caldwell beating Wellsville 49-7. Marion Harding beat Newark 34-14. Heath beat North Wayne 38-25. Waterford just beat Shenandoah 24-22. East beat Miller 27-20. And that'll be all for the Finks Friday Night Blitz with thanks to Finks Used Cars and Finks Harley Davidson. Have a good night.